This video is brought to you by Against the Flow of Mississippi. Against the Flow of Mississippi is a book about Jake Fayard, a Marine veteran who is unhappy with the political machine running the state of Mississippi. He decides to fight the corruption from the inside. Jake will face more challenges than he ever has and will stand up for what he thinks is right. His notoriously hot temper will push him to the edge of murder, along with his friend and brother Kobe Barhanovich. Together, they will fight the system and give the power back to the citizens of Mississippi. Against the Flow of Mississippi is now available on Amazon. A link to the book will be placed in the description below.
Alright, y'all. Good morning. Well, morning here in God's country here in Mississippi. It's a little after 4:30. And if y'all are like me, y'all get a little restless, and well, being that I'm a little restless and got so much to do and can't really do a whole lot of it at 4:30 in the morning on a Sunday, I figured, hey, you know what? I believe I'm gonna make me a video. So y'all, give y'all a little bit of update. Those of y'all who don't know me, my name is Anthony Oksenholt. I am the author of Against the Flow of Mississippi, and I would like to talk to y'all about my next project. My next project is called The Fighting Mississippians. And there is a lot of research going on in that one. I think that this is going to be better than my first book. Better dialogue, better story. And the reason why I'm really doing this is not really to promote a book that I haven't come anywhere close to completion yet. The reason that I'm actually doing this is because I want to encourage y'all, if you are working on a project of your own, to get out there and write. Do it. I haven't done one of these in a while. I do videos, but I do on other things, other topics. To be honest with you, I'm kind of tired of those topics, so writing is fun for me. Now, I don't do it professionally. Oksenholt Biloxi, when I finally incorporate it, is going to be nothing more than an umbrella for my own works. Like, there's not going to be hiring editors or hiring other writers or other staff. Oksenholt Biloxi is going to be specifically my brand. But don't ask me any marketing questions, people, because hey, I haven't really set out to market my book. I think all in total I may have, after I published, I think my profits is probably $100 or so. Maybe you'll have more success than me, and if you do, share me your secret. But the point that I'm doing this for is this is for the up-and-coming writers like myself. This is your proverbial kick in the butt to say, hey, let me just go ahead and publish. I want to talk to y'all about a product, and I'm not endorsing any products whatsoever. Nobody's paid me to do anything. I'm telling you that right up front. But I want to talk about how to get your book out there at very little cost to you. We all want our books on the New York Times bestseller list, let's face it. We would all love to get paid to sit at our computers and write, but I'm not John Grisham, I'm not James Grippando, I'm not Stephen King, I'm not you know, one of these big name people. I'm just a regular guy. I work a regular job. Um, I never even thought that I had the patience to write a book. Never once thought about it. So I just sat down. I don't know if y'all could see my shadow board behind me here. I'll move a little bit. I was working at a prison down in Florida, and I came up with the idea to write a story. I saw what inmates were writing about, or reading about, not really writing, they were reading about, and a lot of it was, crime fiction. John Grisham is very popular in prison, I can tell you that now. Murder on the Orient Express was one of the books I saw him read. James Grippando was very popular. And as a former correctional officer, I can tell you that books are great babysitters. If an inmate is reading a book, he ain't bothering us. So I said, yeah, that's great. Let's do that. So I started writing. And I started back in August of 2018. I started writing. I had a computer, access to a computer at prison, and I had a computer at home. Well, the Florida Department of Corrections uses Microsoft Word. I use Microsoft Word. So I'd write, email the file to myself, write, email the file back to myself. My off days, I'm sitting at home. Writing, here's the other thing too, folks. Writing doesn't cost anything. Writing is free. You're on a Saturday night, you're bored, you're like me, single man, live alone, ain't got nothing to do. All you do is work and go home, which, let's face it, in our 30s and 40s, unless you're married and with kids, that might be your life. That's was my life in my 30s, and it's my life in my 40s. I'm not a bar type person. I'm not really a go out type person. I'm gonna sit at home and chill. Well, I could sit there and melt my brain looking at the idiot box, or I could do something. Again, writing cost nothing. Cost me $100 a year for the Microsoft Microsoft Office subscription. You don't want to spend $100? Okay, Open Office is free. Now you have no monetary excuse. Buy a laptop at a pawn shop for about $1.50. This laptop here I'm talking to y'all on, I paid about $300 off Amazon, and it's done me very well. So you get an idea in your head you want to write. You come up with a decent storyline, and you start coming up with the outline. Then you start filling it in. And finally you get it to where you just can't write anymore. And you've worked on it for years. Again, this is not something that happens overnight. You're not going to sit there and write a 475-page book in one sitting. I don't care who you are, it's not going to happen. Now I'm going to do it myself. Or the only thing I did not do on my book, myself, was the cover. I had a buddy of mine help me out with it. He's a lot better photo editor than I am. So I went ahead and I started doing this. And again, it took me 4 years. I published in 2022. And I was happy with it. Now, between 2019 and 2022 when I published, I went and researched publishers. My goal and what my dream was to get a traditional publisher, Random House, to pick my book up. Well, folks, let me tell you something. I'm still knocking at the door and Random House has yet to answer. Maybe sometime at some point they will. But you know who did answer? Austin McCauley, Page Publishing, Christian Books, which are, a lot of them were under Page Publishing. Dorrance, which is owned by Page Publishing. I had a lot of vanity publishers respond. Oh yeah, man, we love your book. We looked at it. Our project team, we think that your book is great, and hey, we want to publish it. Okay. Well, what do I need to do? You need to send us $2,000. You need to send us $3,000. You need to send us $6,000. Hey, you know what? Let me email you and give you our pricing plans to publish your book. I don't know about y'all, but $2,000, $3,000, $6,000, that's a lot of money in my pocket. Money I did not have. So I'm going through, man, I'm getting this book done. I'm putting all this work into it. I put hours and hours and hours of work into this book. How am I going to publish this thing? What am I going to do? Well, I said, well, you know what? I'm going to give up trying to actually get it in print. Maybe I'll find somebody to bind it and print it for me at some point, but maybe if I could just get the ebook out there, people actually read what I've worked on. And folks, I'm of the opinion, if you put years into something, you own it. That's yours. That's your baby. My book, I conceived the idea. I raised that book. I nurtured that book. I put a lot of my blood, sweat, and tears into the storyline. I got it where I wanted it to. I would say that's my baby. That's my creation. My product. I had one publisher, I believe it was Page, tell me that they wanted the rights to my book after charging me for like 2 years. So I'm paying you money and you want my book exclusively. You want the rights to it. That didn't make any sense to me. It made no sense. Why would I do that? I'm an intelligent guy, I think. Sounds like bad math to me. And again, even if I was going to go and do this, I didn't have the money. I was working as a damn correctional officer down in Florida. I'm going to tell you, COs don't make much. They make more now than they used to, but even still, they don't make much. Not when you're factoring in bills and groceries and everything else, because, hey, that ain't free either. So I figured, well, let me put the ebook out there. Well, I found Kindle Direct Publishing, and this is what I'm hoping will shut down every one of these vanity publishers trying to take advantage of people like me. And if you've already signed on with them, they are taking advantage of you. And again, Amazon has not paid me anything. I do not represent their company. I do not represent the product. This is just what I did. I went looking online, and I found Kindle Direct Publishing. So I created an account with my Amazon ID that I had, and I'm like, well, I'm going through everything, and I'm like, well, it hadn't asked me for money yet, so let me keep going. That's my biggest thing. When you ask me for money, you've automatically turned me off. I'm broke. I'm sorry. If I had it, maybe I'd be stupid enough, but then again, things just, it's a common sense thing with me. Well, I get it set up, I upload it, put it on there. You ready to publish? Yeah, I'm ready to publish, and boom, published. Now, here's the interesting thing. Again, not a product endorsement, but I'm going to tell y'all how simple this was. When I did this, when I actually pushed the button to publish my book, I ain't going to lie to y'all, man, I was high as hell on Dilaudid. They was fixing to take my gallbladder out, and I had some pretty serious pain going on. So they hadn't taken it yet. They had the appointment scheduled, but I was in so much pain. I actually had somebody drive me to the hospital, and I am laying in a hospital bed, and I'm expecting them to keep me, which is why I had my laptop. Got an IV hanging out of my arm, and they shot up Dilaudid in that IV. So I am on cloud 9, and I published my book. Later on, I'm thinking, oh God, I hope I didn't screw something up. It came out exactly. I think the hardest part about me doing this was I was trying to design the way that I wanted the back cover to look. But hey, it's there. It's on Amazon right now. I want to tell y'all, do some research. Talk to some other first-timers like me. There's Facebook groups out there. Find out what everybody else is doing. I'm saying y'all look at KDP simply for economic reasons. It didn't cost anything. My author copies on my paperbacks are like, I think they're about $6. My hardback, I think it's like about $30, but my hardbacks, I make them the way I've got it set up in there. I actually did it really nice, just because I figured, well, you know what, if you're willing to pay for a hardback, you deserve the color, the full color pictures on the inside, and I'm trying to make it nice for those that want to spend the extra money on it. You can set your own price as to how much you want to charge. And the ebook, by the way, if you're a subscriber of Kindle Unlimited, you get my ebook for free. But yet I'll still get a commission if you read the book. That's great for me. They'll cut you a check. They're about 2 months behind. You get out there, if you hustle your book, you get people to buy it. I mean, I haven't figured out that way yet, but it'll work. Just giving advice. Again, this is not a product endorsement. I'm just simply telling y'all what worked for me. Now I want to talk about my book that I'm working on. It's going to be a while, folks. Working a full-time job, writing when I can, and my book that I'm doing, the next one is called The Fighting Mississippians. I'm doing a lot of research into that. And I'm going to do another video and actually talk about what's going on with that book. Probably going to do that one right after this one. So, just thought I'd throw this out there. Y'all get to writing. If you want to know more about my book, watch my next video.